Namaskar, dear students. I, Harsh Inania, Assistant Professor, Government Law College, Ajmer, is present before you today to teach the subject of Constitution. And today, the topic for our discussion and our learning shall be the Union and its territory, which is specified in part 1 of the Constitution. I welcome you all, the viewers and dear students. Now, let us understand the part 1 of the Constitution, which specifically sets out about the Union and its territory, and all the provisions regarding it are contained in this particular part. By learning this, we will understand and we will come to know about the territory of India and how we can establish new states, or how we can admit new states, or how we can change the name of a particular state, or how we can alter or diminish the boundary of a particular state or a union territory. All these things are contained in this particular part 1. So now let us try to understand this part 1 of our Constitution. The first provision in this regard is Article 1. Article 1 specifically sets out that our country's name is India and its alias is Bharat. So, India, that is Bharat. So, another name of our country is Bharat. So, what kind of country it is? What particular territories does it comprise of? The Article 1 sets out the provisions for the same. So, that is India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. So, our country is an association of a particular entity named Union. So the Union is a collection of the states. It's a union of states. That's a very good word to be used or utilized in a constitution, because it shows or demarcates that or stresses that there is an existence of a unity between the states. So the states are collectively forming our nation. It is not like America. Okay? Therefore, the states are under the effective control of the union. That is what we in our day-to-day lives call the center. So the states are under the effective control of the center, and we are a particular type of federalism. Okay, so moreover, we are a cooperative federalism in which the states, different states, and the union, that is the center, cooperate amongst themselves and thereafter do its or carry out its functions. Okay, so our states are subject to the control of the union. Now let us understand what are the particular territories of the different states. Okay, the states and the territories thereof are as specified in first schedule. Though, so our constitution in the first schedule specifically sets out in two different parts. The part 1 provides, first of all, the name of the different states. So what are the different states? We can see the names under that particular heading, and we can also see under part 1 what are the territories of those different states. Okay, so it is specifically set out in part 1 of the schedule 1. Okay, now let us understand what is contained in part 2 of first schedule. The part 2 of first schedule contains the name of the different union territories as well as the extent of those union territories. So if we want to know, or if we want to understand about the territories of different states, or if anyone wants to see the name of different states, or if anyone wants to see how many union territories or what are the particular areas of those union territories, so he or she must refer to schedule 1 of the constitution. That's very nice. I think that you have understood the article 1 first part. Now let us understand the second part of this particular article 1. Now, what is the territory of India? Okay, this is not only a question which is asked by me right now to you people, but also it needs to be understood conceptually. So the territory of India is composed of the territories of different states. So first thing is, what is the territory of India? It is the territories of different states. Second thing is the union territories. So both these things comprise the territory of India. And the third and the most important thing is such other territories as may be acquired. So if tomorrow India acquires some new territories or some new islands or a new area, or if a new country or a new particular town or a country, so it will also fall within the ambit of the territory of India. It is a very necessary provision. We have studied regarding it in the international law as well. So I think now you people can easily correlate. Now let us understand and study Article 2 of our Constitution. Article 2 teaches about the admission or the establishment of states. So the provision is Parliament may by law. So the Parliament has this power that it may by law admit into the union or establish new states. Okay, so the Parliament has the power of establishing as well as admitting new states into the union. It's a very powerful provision. So, and a very important provision as well. So Parliament may by law admit into the union or establish new states on such terms and conditions as it deems fit. So thank you dear viewers, as well as I would like to thank my students for listening so carefully, and these are your persistent efforts which are keeping us going. Please do keep the learning process on. So we'll meet tomorrow. For now, thank you.